For manufacturing in the UK, we're in the middle of the fourth industrial revolution, and that means the digitisation, that means automating your processes, improving productivity, contributing to net zero. To do that, you connect a lot of internet-connected devices throughout your factory, which makes you vulnerable to cyber attack.
The most common attacks in manufacturing industry are ransomware, where an adversary will go in, encrypt their data, and hold it ransom. The average cyber adversary is in a network for 207 days without you even realizing it. And so what a manufacturer has to do is look at how they protect their important assets.
One of the most important assets you have is your intellectual property. The biggest threat that many manufacturers face is theft of IP. Very often, as you digitise your processes, you are then vulnerable to attacks further down the supply chain that move into your area of production. And so there's a lot more work going on now about mapping those supply chains. We need to build resilience into those supply chains, but making sure the right cyber protection is in place so that your data is not lost. So it's important that there's a comprehensive system to protect that intellectual property, to make sure that all of those internet-connected devices are properly cyber protected.
Cybersecurity is at the heart of every aspect of life. It's at the heart of the operation of every institution, of every government. In a post-pandemic world, there's huge urgency to rebuild things, to re-establish frameworks, to think about how we interact with machines, how human beings interact with each other in a digital age, how governments interact with citizens, how citizens interact with each other, how human beings interact. It is something that has to be at the top of the global agenda, at the top of every government's agenda, at the top of every institution's and every person's agenda.
The most important factor in all of this is the people. Cyber is not a tech issue, it's a business issue. You need to look at the people, you need to look at your organizational culture, you need to look at your processes and your policies, and then your technology. It's about people and technology intelligently secure.
Manufacturing is vital to the UK. It is 53% of the exports of the country, provides 2.7 million jobs at about 30% above the average salaries. It contributes enormously to intellectual property and the generation of that in our country. So as we go through these processes of digitisation and trying to encourage more exports and trying to encourage more manufacturing in our country, we must make sure it's properly protected, and particularly around cybersecurity, absolutely vital for the future of all of those jobs and the prosperity of our country.
I believe it is very important to look at protecting businesses, protecting governments, because I believe that cyber will be the next front line.